Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my long overdue unboxing of the iPhone 5S. Now, I've only just got this in. It has been delayed. I got the 16GB space grey model. I didn't need gold because I think it looks horrible personally. And I already have a silver iPhone 5 and I've had silver for the last couple years. So I thought I'd go with space grey. It looks nice, doesn't have bad scratching issues. And 16GB because it was the only one they had, basically. So I'm going to get straight into this unboxing. We don't know much about the iPhone 5S, and there it is in its beautiful sexiness. I've not had a black iPhone in about 3 years. Just look at it, it's so pretty. So I'm going to put this to the side. If you don't know about the iPhone 5S, this is Apple's, I think, 7th flagship iPhone, seeing as the iPhone 5C came out. Yeah, they're designed by Apple in California thing. It features their new Touch ID sensor, and obviously their 2 new colours. So we can go in the box. We have the iPhone 5S little diagram with its where everything is. We get 2 Apple stickers that seem to be bigger than usual. I'll have to check on that. And the iPhone product information. Set that to the side. Because I'm in the UK and this is an unlocked phone, I get a SIM ejection tool. Don't mind me. We have the Apple AirPods. These are the AirPods that they announced last year, and they're just like pretty good for headphones that come in, but they're no good compared to something you'd buy aftermarket, or something good you'd buy aftermarket. There's the little 5-watt wall plug, which you charge it with, I suppose, and they're infamous for whatever reason. I love it personally. 8-pin lightning cable. So here is the Apple iPhone 5S in space grey. Like I said, 16GB model. They didn't have any others, so I'm just going to peel off the protective plastic from the front. Hate doing this, but you have to, but else it looks like shit. And there's dust on it already, great. I have a pretty dusty room, thanks to my cat. And as you can see now, we can see that beautiful anodized space grey aluminium finish on the back. And on the front we can see that full black glass plate. Anyway, so I'm going to turn on the iPhone 5S. It should have a bit of battery. Boom, there it is. So in terms of differences between the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5, there's 2 basically. The camera, or 3, sorry. The camera, which has 1.5 micron pixels. The processor, which is a 1.3 GHz dual-core A7 processor, and versus the 1.3 GHz A6 processor, and the Touch ID sensor, which basically allows you to unlock the phone with your fingerprint. Okay, so to set up my new iPhone, I'm just going to open it up. British English, thank you. So, set that I'm in the United Kingdom. Pick my Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to enable location services and set up as a new iPhone. Then I'll sign in with my Apple ID, another thing I've got to do off screen. Right, so it's asking me to set up Touch ID, so I'm going to hit set up now. And scan your thumb or fingerprint you usually use on the home button, so thumb. Seems pretty painless. I've not had to do it. I've not had to redo it once, so I'm going to readjust my grip, so it's going to be the best for you. Oops, sorry. Oops. Yeah, success. Boom. So sorry that I couldn't get the best camera angle for you there, but I'm going to create a 4-digit passcode. So let's just do 1521. And that's just in case if you ever have a severed thumb or something like that, or anything like the Touch ID system fails, you can still get into your phone, which is awesome. Don't send diagnostics. If you didn't know, if it sends diagnostics over 3G, that uses up some bandwidth and some data, so I don't do it. And obviously register with Apple. And boom, welcome to iPhone. So here we are, we have my iPhone 5S all set up and looking sexy. Touch ID sensor, that was a pretty painless installation, so we just try it, and boom, it works, and I'm pretty happy with that, you know. That's pretty decent. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a quick tour around the phone. So I'm going to unlock my phone just so I show that off again. On the front here, you can see we have the Touch ID sensor, which is a nice capacitive touch button, basically, that takes a really, really high resolution image of your fingerprint. None of this subepidermal stuff that they were talking about, but basically it's a really, really good implementation of a finger scanner, and the best one we're probably going to see for a while. At the top of the screen we have a 720p 1.3 megapixel FaceTime HD camera, which is obviously groovy. We have the 4-inch 1136 by 640 Retina display. It's not as high resolution as some others, but it is Retina, and I can't really tell the difference, not gonna lie. On this side, as you can see, we have your volume up and down and the mute switch, as well as, of course, this aluminium band and the chamfered bezel you can see shining there. So moving on to the back, we have the True Tone flash, which is a white and amber LED that shoot in tandem and give you a much more realistic white balance instead of just a massive fluorescent white light. We have our 8 megapixel camera with the 1.5 micron pixels to help with color accuracy and low light performance. The anodized aluminium space grey, beautiful metal, and the iPhone signature there, which is actually, if we pull over the iPhone 5, and I can't really work out how to do this, but it's actually a bit smaller, a bit thinner of a font, and a bit bigger. We have the black inserts on top and bottom. Top we have our lock switch. Now this is a common misconception. Many people think that these are speakers. No, this is a speaker, and Apple never ever said that that was a speaker. This is a speaker, and this is a microphone, and this is a headphone port. So they have the headphone port, the microphone, that's what the grills are for, the lightning connector, and the speakers for those things. I've seen a lot of reviews, even some famous ones, say that, you know, the speakers don't work, but it's not a speaker, it's a microphone, and I'll even put a screenshot over here showing that that is what they say, and they never said that it was a speaker. The Touch ID system. So basically this is Apple's fingerprint reader that allows you to unlock your phone and purchase things on iTunes. Now there was a big bounty of, I can't remember how much it was for, but there was a massive bounty for whoever could crack Touch ID got, say, I think it was $16,000. Now what somebody did, like I said, was make a fake fingerprint to put over the top, and that is what they call cracking. No, I don't think so. What they did was when they tried to get to the fingerprints, it was lots of digits. They didn't know how to make them into a fingerprint. It was literally just thousands of little digits. That would be cracking, but they didn't do it, and of course this is still safe, and it's the safest method of getting into your phone. If you don't like it though, if you don't want Apple having your fingerprint, which they don't, but if you're a skeptic and you think Apple are going to have your fingerprint, you can just set a normal passcode or no passcode at all. But I really recommend using Touch ID, it's sort of cool. Now in terms of photos, the iPhone 5S shoots with an 8 megapixel sensor that captures pixels at 1.5 microns. Now they also now allow you to do a burst mode, which is pretty awesome, I suppose, but this feature's sort of been there, but it's been more manual. So I'm going to open up my iPhone 5 here. And this is what I've had to do every time I wanted burst mode on my iPhone 5. You could literally just spam the button, and sorry, I have HDR on, sorry about that. You literally can just spam the button, and it takes about that many pictures, which is, of course, fine if you want to sit and spam a button all day, but, of course, it's nice that they have enabled it as a feature on the iPhone 5S. This could have also been avoided though. You could have just allowed it on the 5 or the 4S, because when you hold down the button, the same as you do on the 5S, they just take very slow snapshots, which is quite annoying. And the next standout feature for me is slow-mo. Now I can't really give you a demo of slow-mo right now because I'm sat in a room on my own, got nothing much to slow-mo, but when I get some chance I will upload a video of the cool slow-mo effect. Okay, so I thought I'd round out this video with a Geekbench test between the new iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5. Of course this isn't a fair comparison, but if we just run them both at the same time, we can see what performance gains have been made. Now the big misconception, whilst this is running, I thought I'd say this, is that Apple's performance from their CPU comes from just their optimization with their software, which is totally not 100% true. Not totally, but it's not 100% true. Apple's sort of core architecture in the A7 processor is actually a lot better per core than, say, something like the Snapdragon 6 or 800 in like the HTC One or the Samsung Galaxy S4. Now when this is finished on the iPhone 5S, I'll be able to give you an example of this, but their single core score is 1413. Their multi-core score, bearing in mind they have 2 cores, is 1557. So what they basically do is they have a very, very fast per core architecture. Then when it when it goes into dual core, they get a really good amount of performance. With something like the HTC One, which is what I performance benchmarked it against, this gets about 400 single core performance and about 1,600 in multi-core performance. So overall, Apple's dual core but much better core architecture is a lot better than, say, the Snapdragon 800, which is multi-core but the single core performance is pretty shocking. So there we go, there's the performance difference between the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5S. It literally doubles the performance, or there and thereabouts. I'm happy with that. Literally, I'm happy with that. So there you go, there was a short video on Apple's new iPhone 5S. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want anything else on this iPhone, please leave it in a comment down below and I'll answer it, or I will make a video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like button and feel free to subscribe if you're feeling particularly great today.